Hi there. Today is my no video day, which means I will not be making a video, obviously, right? It's becoming sometimes too much for me to make a video because I spend a lot of time, I told you, finding a frame and then so much of distractions around. So I've been trying to find a place where I can just sit inside the room and try to make a video. Okay? So if I succeed in that, definitely we will have more videos there. But I love coming out and getting to see the nature and nature as such, okay, and the natural light there is. So that's the reason I come outside, so you get to see the natural look there is. When you're inside, it's obviously the artificial lights or the lights that we have used. So I try to put the filter also in the bare minimum, like if you have options, you can increase the skin texture, etc, etc, etc. You know how many filters you have. So what I try to do is to keep it bare minimum. If it is like in the scale of 100 or in the scale of 10, probably I think I set it to 2 or 3, because without that it's going to look it's going to look bad, which I don't want. So this is actually natural, okay, close to natural. So when you are taking inside, it's going to be too natural and it's going to be more on the dull side. So that's the reason I try to bring myself outside, but it's not working all the time. So much of distractions. Yesterday when I went out, I wore the pearl earring and I'm starting to like this new look, I told you. So thanks for inspiring me, and it matters. Sometimes in life we don't realize that the presence of a person in this world, it can be anyone. Has it ever occurred to you that their presence makes a lot of difference, and you are craving to tell them that your presence makes a lot of difference? I wanted to tell this to so many people in this world, and I think I've never said it at many point of time. Now the time has gone, some people have already left me and they're gone, but I wish I would have said them that their presence made a lot of difference for me. So I even today, Mr. Steve Harvey is celebrating his birthday, and when I was writing there, I just said, I just want you to know that your presence makes a lot of difference, because when you show up and the kind of energy that he tries to bring through his programs, it makes a lot of difference. And sometimes you don't tell it, and if you tell it, it's going to make them feel better, right? Definitely there are millions or thousands of people who say that to so many people. I keep telling even Modi ji that you are precious because what you're doing, and by your presence, there's a lot of advantage. It's not just that people get advantage of it, it's also the party, it's also the people like me who take advantage from the energy that people bring to any situation. And because of that, let me tell you, like I said yesterday, social networking and these media and the platforms, actually it works good for us. If we have the sense of discrimination, if we can differentiate between what is right for us and what is to be omitted, it actually does good to us, I'm telling you. So I just wanted to say that your presence made a lot of difference, and the way you show up, it makes a lot of difference. So that's the reason I was convinced that accessories are important for people, and it makes a lot of difference. It's not like I have never been into this or I've never used it, but now I am convinced that it is much better. Yesterday I wore a mask also, you won't believe. Now the rule has changed here, and now you're supposed to wear a mask. So I wore a mask and I went out, but still it was looking good. So this is the natural it can ever be. It's that natural. Can you see that? It's as natural, because I like when things are more natural, and not too much of show off doesn't work all the time. So it's much better if you can keep things natural as much as you can. So I try to avoid using a lot of filters. This is much better that way. So I was thinking of not making a video, but I think this is going to be more than a reel. I thought I'll just put it there and keep it as a reel, but I think this will go beyond that. Okay, anyway, this is a time. So in case I get to do it inside the room, we will be doing it there more often. Otherwise, let's see, the world is yours. You have a platform. It's not like this is the only place. You have so many places where you can be. So actually what I wanted to talk today, not this. This is not this. I wanted to talk about something else. So let me just pause it and continue. Okay, so I wanted to tell you how to go on in life. How to go on in life in the sense to use your energy and keep yourself at the top all the time. Sometimes it feels like everybody go through that. Like we feel that there is no encouragement. It feels like you are low. Like whenever I have any kind of ailments, aches or anything, I am very low. But the thing is that the mind is telling me that you have to be in the go. You cannot let your aches and pains keep you down. So but then there is nobody who can encourage you, right? So when it is not there, even when there are people who encourages us, sometimes it feels like what they are trying to tell us is not touching us that way. But when some people tell you something, it will touch your soul and it just encourages you. I don't know why. Is it about, today I was listening to the power of consciousness. So it could be like some people are at a different level and some people are at a different level. So when you meet up with people who have the same level of consciousness, probably it awakens you and it encourages you more. Probably that. Whatever it is, we are not trying to put anybody down here. We're just stating the facts of how it is. Like when we say we find some people more encouraging, it does not to hurt anybody else. I mean, as a consequence, if somebody is getting hurt, we can't help it. But the intention is not there, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is just what I was thinking is that in life, if you must go on regardless, in spite of how bad things are, it can be done in two ways. One is if you're doing things for yourself. If you're innately motivated, if it is your nature, you are doing things for yourself. When you dress up, usually you dress up for others, Like now when I put earrings, it is for Ron Malhotra because he inspired me through his video saying that how important it is to be sophisticated, and one part of it is the accessories that you wear. So that listening to that and watching that, I was really inspired and encouraged. Though many people before this have told me to start wearing my earrings and your jewelry, whatever you are comfortable with, but I just left it a decade ago and before that probably. So it never occurred to me that I should try. There was no right kind of inspiration which awakened my soul probably, but this changed. This one video changed and I was really inspired. So it happens that now when I'm dressing up, is it for somebody else? When I groom, when I comb my hair, when I wear something nice, is it for somebody else or is it for myself? In the sense, where does the inspiration come from? Does it come from somebody else, in the sense believing that somebody else is going to look at me and they would feel nice about it, or they are going to be impressed of this? No. I usually dress up because that is the way I like myself. I have to spend the most hours of the day being with myself, right? More than with others. So unless I am comfortable the way I am, I would definitely want to change it, right? So if I did not like being with myself this way, definitely I'm going to change it and look different so that I feel good being with myself. So one way of being inspired and staying encouraged most of the time, even when things are not favorable, is to be doing things for yourself. In the sense, doing things for yourself means being inspired by doing things. It so happens that it is your nature. You just want to do things that way. Like you are wearing some dresses, your dressing sense is so and so because that is the way you like it. You are not doing particularly for somebody else. What you are doing is for yourself. You like doing things better. You like showing up. You like not to keep up the momentum only because you like it that way. So that is one way of doing things where you don't directly expect anybody else to be pushing you or leveling you up. It doesn't occur to you that somebody has not been around to push you probably, or that everything is going against you or nothing is going in favor of you. All these things does not matter the way you are running a day. That happens when you do things for yourself. So that is one way. Now let me tell you the second way. The second way is when you do things for others, not exactly for yourself. Like in charity, like in service, you want to do things for others all the time, because like my mentor used to tell me, she is selfish, she would tell me, because she derives energy, she derives some kind of contentment and happiness out of running a school and serving doing all kinds of activities and service for the school. She derives pleasure, she derives satisfaction, she derives a drive, and that keeps her going and inspired. There are many people, so basically people fall into these two categories who are most of the time inspired regardless of how bad things are. So either you have to be doing things for yourself, make it your nature. Probably it is not the habit, but that is how you like things to be. So you can be in that category when you're doing things for yourself, or you have to be doing things for somebody else, for others, running a charity or being in service, because that serving mentality, it keeps you going. So you want to serve all the time. So if you are of that category, then whatever be the outcome of it, whatever be the result of it, what you are earning out of it, the profits doesn't matter, because that is your nature. You are deriving everything out of what you are doing for others. That's kind of good, but I don't know. I go in the first category because I do most of the things because it gives, I don't know, it is my nature. That's the reason I do it. So it doesn't bother me whether somebody else is as such, encouraging me or supporting me or praising me for that, or how bad the situations are or how unfavorable things can be. But you just keep on doing the things that you have been doing, because you have to spend most of the time with yourself than with other people. So if you are not being the kind that you like being with, then how is it going to help you? So that's one fact. So just remember that we have two ways of doing it. Either you have to be doing things for yourself, or you have to be doing things for others. So make up your mind. Do you fall in this category or do you fall in that category? Because you have to fall somewhere. You cannot be neither here nor there. So if you fall somewhere in the middle, let me tell you, then it's going to be difficult, because most of the time you are going to depend on the outcomes, what comes out of it, and you're going to be influenced by it very, very much, and that will directly change or influence your performance as well. What you do, it'll be effective. So that's one simple thing that I wanted to share. So keep on doing the good work that you're doing, whoever is doing it, because you are falling in one of these two categories. Sometimes probably you are doing it because it's your nature, or probably you are doing it because it is by doing it for others that you derive your drive to keep on going. Ultimately, we all want to keep on going or be thriving. So it's just one of it. Either you just exist or you thrive. So it's up to us what we do out of it, right? So I thought I will not make a video, but I think this is very short, and I wanted to in fact make a short or a reel, but this is going to be longer than that. Okay, so I'll be getting some more earrings. I just got 2, and I wanted to get used to that so that I can get something more. Okay, so all the people, I've got so many people in my list. I've utilized the social media platform so much you won't believe it. Someday when I meet the founder of Facebook, definitely I'm going to share my words of gratitude to him, because without that, I don't know how things would have been or where I would have been. I don't know, I have no idea. So I've used it so much, and I have had so many people who have been active there all the way from whom I have been deriving so much of inspiration and encouragement, because as I always tell you, energy is contagious. You want positive energy everywhere. So be with kind of people. Everybody likes to be around with people who are positive and who are energetic. That's because it feels good, even if you're sick, it feels good. So I needed some sunlight now, take a break from the chamber work, so I thought, let me just do this, finish it. Anyway, I was telling you I need to find an alternate place and time for doing this. Okay, so this is it. So keep the good work, and your presence makes a lot of difference. So everybody who has inspired me in some way, let me just tell you that your presence makes a difference, and tell people when it makes a difference, because sometimes in life it becomes a bit late, and then you have to just look up and send the message up, because they're no longer with us. So better late than never. So if I have not said to anybody that it makes a difference, let me just tell it now. Okay, so take care. I'll be back tomorrow.